Do the new COVID-19 variants that are all over the news right now, do they spread faster? Do they cause more severe disease? Are the vaccines and the medications that we have currently effective against these variants? And are the tests that we currently have still effective, still detecting these variants? These are the questions I hope to answer right now. My name is Noha Polak. I am a pediatrician at Progressive Pediatrics in Union City and in Bayonne, New Jersey, where I've been practicing pediatrics since 1996. So do these variants, especially the one from the UK, which is also currently in some parts of the United States, do they spread faster? That variant seems to spread faster. Early studies have shown that it is easier to spread this new variant of COVID-19. Does it cause more severe disease? Most likely not. There's a 28-day study that was done that did not show an increase in hospitalizations or deaths due to this new variant. This is early studies, so we think that it does not cause more severe disease, but studies are still ongoing about that point. Does the vaccine still work against this virus, or is it still protective? We don't know for sure, but Pfizer just released a small study where they tested some blood samples of patients who have gotten the vaccine and exposed it to these variants, and the answer is it was protective against the variant. So I want everyone to know that these studies are still very early and ongoing, but we do think that the vaccine is still protective against the variant. What about the medications we have to treat COVID, especially in hospitalized patients like remdesivir, etc.? Science and common sense scientifically say that these medications are still working, whether it's a variant or the original virus. However, none of the studies are out yet, so I cannot quote them to you yet for sure. We think the medications will still work. Most likely they will. Studies are still ongoing, and I will keep you updated, of course. What about the tests? So the tests we know are still effective. They can still detect the variants as well as the original COVID-19 virus. So if you come in for a test and it says that you're positive for COVID-19, we will not be able to tell you if it's a variant or if it's the original. We'll just be able to tell you if it's COVID-19. So the PCR tests are still accurate, whether it's a variant or not. And do kids get it more easily? The answer is we don't know. There are no studies to answer that question yet. Is it possible? If it's more transmissible to everyone, it's possible that kids will get it more often. We don't know the answer. So please stay tuned. I'm keeping on top of all the studies, and I'm going to let you know as soon as anything comes out, especially if it involves children, since I'm a pediatrician. So for 1 second, I want to let you know what my recommendations are. So yes, there are variants out there. All viruses are changing. My recommendations are not. So to protect yourself from COVID-19, whether it's the original or one of the many variants out there, you should still wear a mask anytime you're around people not in your own household. You should wash your hands frequently. You should avoid crowds. You should stay 6 feet away from others. And you can still go outdoors where it's very unlikely that you're going to get COVID-19, whether it's a variant or not. You're still able to go out for a walk, and it's still much safer than staying inside all of the time. So one more thing I want to discuss is what is a mutation and a variant. The bottom line is this: all of the coronavirus family, the majority of these viruses have about 10,000 characters. So let's imagine coronavirus as a book with 10,000 letters in it. COVID-19 has 30,000 letters in it, so it's 3 times the size of the average coronavirus. So when the virus tries to copy itself, it makes mistakes. Imagine yourself copying a book by hand. You're going to make a mistake. You might eliminate a letter, add a letter, eliminate a word. A mutation is when the virus, while trying to copy or replicate itself, makes a mistake. And a variant is that replica of the virus that has a mistake in it. We expect the majority of viruses to mutate, to make mistakes. Nothing is perfect. They always make mistakes. The majority of these mutations are irrelevant. They don't affect how the virus functions. This particular variant from the UK happens to make it more easily transmissible, but we don't think it's any more deadly. And we think our vaccines and our medications are still effective against it. So again, just finally, my recommendations, whether you're worried about the variant or the original COVID-19, wash your hands as much as possible. Stay away from crowds. Please wear a mask at all times if you're not with people within your own household. If you are able to get a vaccine, if you're in the right group, I recommend that you get the vaccine. You know that I did get my vaccine on December 26th. The rest of the providers in my practice have already gotten it or about to get it next week. It's super exciting for us to be at least somewhat protected against COVID-19. I'm going for my second dose soon, and so is Dr. Teraguchi. So our practice does believe in the vaccine. The vaccine is not yet available for children. We cannot talk about it for children, only for adults. So finally, I'd like you to know that we at Progressive Pediatrics are open 7 days per week in Union City and 5 days per week in Bayonne. We're there to help you take care of your children. If you're healthy, please come in for your physical exams and your routine exams. If your children are not well, please call us. We're there to answer your questions. We can do phone calls, we can do televisits, and we can do in-person visits safely because we have a HEPA filter and lots of things to keep you safe in our office. So we're here for you. Don't forget to call us if and when you need us. And please share this video if you don't mind. Once again, this is Dr. Noha Polak from Progressive Pediatrics in Union City. Bye-bye.